Hi, I'm Katie Couric. Welcome to Eye to Eye. The Bush administration and several states are at odds over new rules to make U.S. driver's licenses more secure. Our correspondent Bob Orr spoke with Homeland Security Secretary Michael Chertoff about the importance of the Real ID Act.
Right now, as every college kid knows, one of the easiest things in the world to fabricate is a driver's license. It's also the case now that in a number of states, an illegal alien can get a driver's license because they don't actually seek or validate your proof of legitimate residence in the country. So there's a huge vulnerability that's created. One we saw on 9/11 in terms of people evading a watch list. Also the fact that driver's licenses that are insecure actually facilitate illegal immigration and various kinds of fraud. Nailing this problem down and getting secure identification is going to address all three of those things. It's going to prevent terrorists from getting by our watch lists. It's going to prevent illegal immigrants or illegal migrants from masquerading as American citizens. And it's going to remove one of the tools that con artists use to steal identity.
Privacy people have complained that this is an invasion of privacy in some way. States have complained that it's too expensive. I mean, from where you sit, isn't this a no-brainer?
Well, it is a no-brainer. We have addressed the state concerns with costs by making some changes to the business model and by extending the deadline in a way that will cut costs by about 3/4. So I think we've dealt with that issue. As far as privacy is concerned, look, it's very simple to me. There is no privacy interest that anyone has ever demonstrated to me in allowing people to pretend to be somebody else or in allowing people to lie about their identity or to falsify their identification documents. We are better off from a privacy standpoint if we can be confident that our identities are not going to be stolen, if we can be confident that the identification document presented to us is a valid document. And I think that the measures we take here are going to make privacy stronger rather than weaker.
I know that your argument in some cases has been with the states that have been resistant. But in effect, haven't you put people on notice today that if their state opts out, they're in for a potentially unpleasant experience in May?
Well, it's not me putting people on notice, it's Congress. Congress was very clear that if a state has not at least begun the process of implementing this by May 2008, then the driver's license from that state will no longer be accepted for federal identification purposes. And that's going to be inconvenient for people from that state. Now, many of them may use other IDs. They may use their passport or a federal pass card or some other document. But for those who want to use their driver's license to get on airplanes, they're going to have an incentive to make sure their state at least begins the process of working with us to meet this congressional mandate.
That's a pretty heavy hammer to have over the states, because I think you said in your press conference that you would expect some upheaval from people.
I think it's not just because of the requirement that you have this kind of ID to get on an airplane. I think when people really understand what we're doing, which includes, among other things, ensuring that when people give out licenses, they have validated the fact that you are properly in the country, I think they're going to look at this as another element of this question of licenses for illegal immigrants. They're going to say, why should my state allow illegal immigrants to pretend to be Americans and get driver's licenses? Why shouldn't we take advantage of the federal government's offer to help us police our own driver's licenses? So I think there's going to be a groundswell of support for this, because I think the public gets it.